were good players and of course helped in terms of keeping San Juan North of only conceding 2 goals throughout this season. A formidable outfit, San Juan North. They have shown their prowess. They've shown, of course, how good they have been. But again, it comes back to that man, Larry Noel.
It definitely does. I guess we will see today, Brent. Now, still on the cards today are the final round for the Group B fixtures. Trinity College, East play Chaguanas North, Malik Secondary host East Mukarapo, and Moruga Secondary School. Now, once again, Brent, let's chat a bit about relegation. So we know on the bottom half of the table we have Chaguanas North, and then on the fringe we have Malik and Mukarapo East.
Of course, East Mukarapo versus Malik Senior today at St. Mary's Ground is a decider. A decider, of course, to see who goes down. Well, first they will have to go into a playoff situation, which, of course, my friend Colin Murray will explain in detail. But that game, Siobhan, really is going to decide that team that goes to that position. Of course, Moruga, as it looks, they seems to be already relegated in their situation. But for Malik Secondary, you really have to, of course, put your heart out there. They won their first game, and of course, the points were taken back from them for, of course, administrative irregularities. And now they find themselves in this situation, playing for their lives in secondary schools football premiership.
That's right. So, Brent, let's bring it back a little bit to Tuesday's feature match. San Juan North Secondary versus Presentation College. What do you think Presentation is going to come at these boys with their the top goal scorer, Larry Noel and company? Yeah, what do you think they have in store for them?
From a San Juan North perspective, of course, they have been, as I said, very solid defensively. They've only conceded 2 goals. A lot of that goes to the fact that they have 2 very exciting and dynamic players in Mitchell and Jones in the middle of the park that plays in that double pivot position, defensive midfield position. And of course, that allows the likes of Sween to supply the power pellets to that man, Larry Noel, who's been on fire throughout this secondary school season. I was told that he is not just an avid and very good footballer, but he plays every single sport for San Juan North. So he carries the school on his back, literally. A dynamic player, a player that has a good goal, a good nose for goal, of course. And he has, in some situations when San Juan North have not played particularly well, he's been able to bail them out. Top player, top goal scorer, and of course a man in top form.
Now, both teams are at 18 points. Now, Presentation's goal difference is literally half that of San Juan North. Not as dramatic wins, but still wins nevertheless, Brent.
Yeah, still wins, and where they have been good is defensively. As I talked about San Juan North and their ability to keep the ball out to the back, I can say similar for Presentation College. They've only conceded 2 goals so far this season. However, Siobhan, the problem is their top goal scorer in Boyce had an injury 2 games ago, and since then they have been struggling to put the ball in the back of the net. We saw them in our last broadcast against Queen's Royal College, and although they played relatively well, they still created a lot of chances that they could not finish. My concern for Presentation College, can they find that person that can fill the void that Boyce is going to leave?
Very good question, Brent. Any final thoughts on Tuesday's fixture?
I think it's going to be a colossal of a football game, but you just can't stay away from that man, Larry Noel. He has been able to, of course, give the goods every time it is necessary or needed for San Juan North. So my hat tips slightly towards San Juan North to win that fixture.
As usual, thank you so much, Brent. We're going to go to a quick break, and on the other side of that, Hans Beans is going to be chatting with Colin Murray about today's fixture at Hazley Crawford, St. Benedict's College versus Naparima College.
Asking for the haciendo.
Tiger Tanks Secondary Schools Football League Premiership Division. A battle of the South Titans kicks off in a short while. St. Benedict's College against Naparima College. Colin Murray joins us pitchside. Colin, thoughts on today?
Well, it's going to be a huge game as far as I'm concerned, and it's not only going to be a huge game in terms of the outcome, whether St. Benedict's go through, Naparima go through, because I think Fatima almost certain. Can't see Fatima. I do apologize, but I can't see Fatima losing their last two games, right? So I think Fatima is definitely going to go through based on their remaining fixtures. So it's between one of these two teams.
All right. Well,
but wait. Not only is it a huge game, Hans, it's a game with Naparima they have to win, or they could be in trouble.
All right. Well, we'll go more into it, but also happening today, Fatima College, as you would be so happy about today, go up against St. Augustine Secondary School, and we await the rescheduling of some of the other games inside of this group. Carapachima East going up against St. Anthony's College, and of course, Speyside going up against Pleasantville in this particular Group A. We have some of the Group B Round 7 matches in front of us right now, however. And listen, Speyside and these other teams, well, they have a chance to relax, so to speak.
Yeah, they've got a chance to do some more training, etc. But look at the Group A here.
Yeah.
St. Augustine, Fatima. Again, I expect Fatima to win. St. Augustine are already down. They've got nothing to lose, so they're going to go out there, enjoy themselves, and try to make it difficult for Fatima. But again, I can't. Based on the game we saw on Wednesday, I just can't see Fatima at this point in time losing to St. Augustine.
Well,
I mean, I know it's a football, and I know it's anything can happen on the day, and it's not played on paper. But I'm basing it on what we've seen so far of the two teams.
all right, well, let's talk a little bit about St. Augustine. What went wrong? They conceded 34 goals, 14-1 loss in the last one.
You know, when we saw them against St. Augustine, when we saw them against St. Anthony's, they didn't look that bad. They lost 3-2. They had a guy up front, I think Cooper was his name, was quick, and they came back into the game. And I'm really surprised that they're losing by these margins. I thought, okay, they're not good enough, but they would lose by the odd goal, maybe to the better teams by 4 or 5. But to concede 13 and 14 goals is really bad. I feel it for the Green Machine because they've got such a great history in secondary schools football, but they're going to go down, and it's a good time for them to rebuild when they go down, and of course hopefully they'll come back up within a year or two.
Well, much like Fatima had a similar story, Colin, when we think about it.
Yeah, they did, and you're looking at a lot of the guys now in the Fatima team who've come up through the ranks, through the under 14, and they're now, the 2 years of COVID have given them a big opportunity to now express themselves.
Well, let's discuss our feature match today. St. Benedict's, Naparima College. This match can make all of the difference. Yeah,
you know, it's going to be interesting the approach St. Benedict's take, because all they really need is a draw. Now, the thing about it, we're looking at some of the results, etc., but all they need is a draw.
Yeah.
But it's all, you can't go out there playing for a draw. And when I looked at that St. Benedict's team with the game we did, where they won 8-0 against Caps, they're a nice team. They're an attacking team. They play with.
Yeah.
And then they've got this young man, Captain Tariq Lee. He's dynamite. He's going to pick up that ball. He's going to run at the defense. If they give him an opportunity, he's going to put the ball in the back of the net. So Tariq Lee, to me, is going to be the danger man. But they've also got Niles on one side, Ochoa on another side. So Naparima, if they're not organized defensively, they can find themselves in problems.
Well, we noticed that the rhythm sections, they are here already. The fans are here already. What kind of environment we expect today?
Oh, I expect a wonderful environment, because you got two South teams. They've made the trek down from wherever they are in South to come here to the stadium. The crowd is building nicely, and you've got the St. Benedict's crowd, you've got the Naps crowd on one side. I expect this game to be really at boiling point.
When we look at Naps's form guide, you know, Naparima College, they've had a great season, not just a good season, a great season if we really think about it. That 9-1 win over St. Augustine Secondary, just one loss to Fatima College.
Yeah, you know, NAP's not a customer of this. They're not a customer of coming from behind like this.
Yeah.
They're 1 point behind both Benedict and Fatima. How do they approach this game? It's a must-win for them. So they've got to throw caution to the wind. However, having said that, they've also got to be solid defensively.
Yeah.
Because if you throw caution to the wind, you keep going forward, you leave yourself open at the back. So I expect Naparima to go forward, but I expect them to be very solid at the back, not give Benedict's room, and maybe not even hit them on the counter. I would expect the Benedict's coach must be saying to his charges, look, they're going to come at us, bide your time, and hit them on the counter. I expect Benedict's to play on the counter and Naparima to go all out to win this game.
What is the key to the team that will walk away with the victory today?
Well, at the end of the day, the one who takes the chances, whoever takes the chances here, and let me tell you, there are going to be a lot of chances created because of the makeup of these two teams. So it's going to be the team that takes the chances. You're going to get opportunities, and if Benedict's put them away, they're going to come away victorious. If they don't, and Naparima put away their chances, Naparima will come away victorious.
Well, from seeing Naparima College, what do you attribute that one loss against Fatima College to? Did Fatima just get the better of them, or was it a bad day?
I think it was unlucky. They were unlucky because they conceded that second goal in the 94th minute from all. I think when Fatima scored, the referee blew off the match. So you have to consider they were a bit unlucky, but having said that, in football you make your own luck.
And you see Naparima College warming up as we speak here earlier they were really at it. They really looked focused and determined to get this victory here today.
Hands, they have to be, because they know anything else but victory here today. They're not going to be in the Big Four. Would you have predicted that at the beginning of the season? I don't think any of us would have predicted that. We would have said Prez on one side, Naps on one side, that's surety, and we'll wait and see who else comes in. But nobody predicted that Naparima would find themselves in this position. Of course, they have got a new coach in Travis Mulrain. He's now, you see, it takes a while for coaches to get to understand and learn your players.
And early on we saw St. Benedict's warming up with the same sort of determination, the same sort of vigor.
Again, Hans, they know what they have to do. They know that if they lose today, they could be out of the Big Four. So it has to be victory all the way for them. And if they get the draw, then they're happy. But victory nothing else but victory really will suit them here today.
Well, the St. Benedict's team manager, we spoke to him pre-season, and he spoke about the work they put in to get to this point.
I think kids must play. They have schoolwork, they have their schoolwork to do, but there must be some time for them to play, also to represent themselves, and first and foremost to represent the school. Well, for this season, 2022, the SSFL Premiership team was a bit difficult to put together a team for this tournament. But it was a bit easier at times, because what would have happened in 2019, we would have won the National Form 1 title league. So we incorporated a lot of these players into this present team. Getting them back out was pretty difficult. Some parents were a bit hesitant sending their children out to train with this semi-pandemic, I think, that is going on now. So what we had to do was that we had to have an in-house camp. Their fitness levels were affected a lot. Some of the players were not playing any football at all. And when you're not playing any physical sport, muscles don't develop, and the coach would have seen it, and that also was instrumental in why us having the camp. So it means that they trained twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. We would move them from the school to the ground, we would move them from the school to the gym, we'll move them from school to games. They're very excited to get out there and show what they did over the summer. They worked hard, they worked really hard. Even myself, I attended St. Benedict's College, and I have friends who went to Prez and went to Naps, and even on little group chats we have on WhatsApp. It's building up there alone, and you could feel it, you could actually feel it. I get goosebumps sometimes when these boys in training.
St. Benedict's College team manager Colin Murray, your thoughts on that one and some of the statements he made?
Well, very interesting. And obviously the pre-season training and etc. is working for them. And Hans, that is so important. People don't realize how much work you have to put into pre-season. People, fans and all, come out and see these guys and say, well, did this, did that, the other. But the important thing is your pre-season, just how much pre-season training, physical training you're going to, and then match fitness.
Well, a team that definitely had to put in the preseason training as well was Naparima College. Brent Sancho spoke with their team manager Percy Samlal Singh earlier today.
We're now joined by the manager of Naparima College, Mr. Percy Samlal Singh. Of course, Percy, a very important game here for Naparima College. How did you guys prepare for this one?
We prepared as normal for all games. It's like a final. We had an overnight camp, all right, and I think the boys are prepared for this game today.
Well, you sit in a peculiar situation, third place, of course, trying to catch up to the front two. How do you approach this one?
Well, this year the league, it's 2 groups, the top 2 go through. We are the defending champions, so we'll go all out today and try and get the victory.
Is there anything in the St. Benedict's team that coaching staff would have seen that they want to pay particular attention to?
Oh, definitely they are one of the top scoring teams in the league, right? And they're a bit stingy in the defense as well too. So we have to be on our A game today to get the 3 points.
Well, as it looking offensively from a Naparima College perspective, what do you need to do to get all 3 points?
We work on some set pieces and stuff like that, and our plays, and just to finish our chances today.
Well, Percy, all the best to you and Naparima College today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much to Percy Samuel Singh and Brent Sancho. The set pieces, Colin, do you see it working in their favour or not?
Well, it's difficult to say until they go onto the field and see what they can do. But set pieces meaning what? Corners, free kicks. If you don't get any free kicks, how will you get set pieces? So, probably the corners.
Yeah.
They will have tactics for the corners, that type of thing.
All right.
That's what I expect.
Well, we definitely see Colin Murray, the substitutes are behind us when we come back. The kickoff of St. Benedict's College going up against Naparima College in the Tiger Tank Secondary Schools Football League Premiership Division.
Welcome back here to the Hazley Crawford Stadium. It's a big one. St. Benedict's College against Naparima College, and there is a wonderful picture of this facility here. And the Hazley Crawford Stadium, of course, named after Hazley Crawford, the first Olympic gold medalist here in Trinidad and Tobago. Of course, a big one, guys. I've got Brent Sancho and James Saunders with me. Guys, a big one.
One unsteady, cue them.
Yeah, certainly a big match here. Of course, lots at stake for both these teams. Two teams that know each other very, very well over the years, St. Benedict's College and Naparima College. Just 1 point separating them. St. Benedict's College, of course, unbeaten with the better run of form over Naparima College, but it's all to play for.
Go, Christian.
Yes, certainly all to play for here, as of course in crescendo. The rhythm section has started to come into play. It is not just for, of course, the bragging rights in San Fernando, but as well, of course, for points, as you rightfully mentioned, James. Both teams here have an opportunity of moving into the second phase of this competition. But for St. Benedict's College, they're on top. They just need a draw, of course, to solidify their performance. Naparima College needs to win this game. Coach Travis Morena, as I mentioned in the build-up to this one, discuss about holding destiny in his own hands. Today is destiny, guys. Today is the day that he needs his players to show up and give the type of performance necessary to take all 3 points, because a draw is not good enough.
Well, that's right. A draw is not good enough, because when you look at the remaining fixtures of both Fatima and St. Benedict's, they've got fixtures remaining that they should win. So, a draw is really not going to be enough. There we see the two teams just exchanging the usual greetings.
Yeah, quite interestingly, you look at the jerseys being worn by St. Benedict's College. It's in commemoration of an incident that happened. Of course, we all remember in Trinidad and Tobago the unfortunate circumstances of a robbery at Pennywise supermarket. The players, one of the players, Kareem Batista's mother, was involved in that incident, and the team paying homage to her.
Now.
And that's why they are wearing the T-shirts that you see St. Benedict's College wearing at the moment.
Well, they are the officials. The referee, of course, the very experienced Crystal Sobers, along with the assistant referees in Ainsley Rochard and Karen Myers. So they are the officials, and it's good to see Crystal Sobers doing the game. She's very experienced, a FIFA referee, and you need somebody like that, because this game could be very emotional for both teams.
Well, yeah, it is emotional for many aspects of it. But I think when you start talking about the tactical side of things and what both teams bring to the tables, and go deeper into the scenario as it relates to what is necessary for both teams to win, then you start understanding the magnitude of this game. First of all, we'll take a look at the starting lineups.
Yeah, well, let's have a look at Naparima with Duncan in goal, the skipper Omari Asher, Kalis, Pascal, Cooper, Mitchell, Bailey, Rajun, Ogaro, he's up front and he's going to be a danger, Francis and Forbes. And the coach, we mentioned that already, Travis Mulrain. Let's look at the St. Benedict's lineup there. They're just saying their final prayers, and we'll just have waiting on their lineup. Here it is, their starting lineup. Very, very familiar again with Devonish in goal, and the danger man, Tariq Lee, the skipper. There's Alexander, Bobcom, Brown, Dimas, Garcia, Morian, Morris, Niles, and Ochoa. He's going to be a danger as well. The coach, Randolph Boyce.
Colin, some of the crowd.
Yes, well, the rhythm section is here in earnest. We have St. Benedict's rhythm section and Naparima.
All right, stand by, Kickoff.
So it's
take three.
We're just getting ready now for action on the field. There is the referee Crystal Sobers, and she is going to start proceedings here.
Right. Second, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Naparima is going to be attacking the movie town goal. As there they go, right forward, already trying to get control, but Benedict's taking control here. The ball is in the middle and played up wide, looking for Niles. So it's going to be a throw for Naparima. So Benedict's in possession, but a little bit of trickery as they try to come down the right side. No one really getting control. A little bit of a nervous start from both teams. They know how important this game is. So it's at the back at the moment. Ball played wide, looking for Rajun. Played forward. Man coming forward there looks like Forbes. Naparima with the throw-in.
I just feel this one will come down to who defends better. Look at these teams, they both scored goals in abundance. Both are just conceding 2 goals against. Whoever defends well will win this one.
Well, the 2 good attacking teams. And this is Niles. He's going to be one of the danger men for Benedict's. Niles in possession, plays it in field as Benedict gets finally stringing some passes together. It's a good move. Niles, can he keep it in? No, he can't. It's going to be a throw. One of the danger men, Brent, in Niles.
I was alluding to the keys to the game. So both teams, and for Presentation College, it's keeping the St. Benedict's attacking force quiet. That has to be a key to the game. As you mentioned, Colin, both teams, of course, looking a bit nervous in the settle, and that's another factor as well. Normally in games of this type of situation, it comes down to the team that does not make the mistake. And you have to feel with the nerves. Of course, the crowd is building the anticipation, and more importantly, what's at stake for both teams. You have to wonder if that mistake would be a factor in the final scoreline here today.
That's right. Well, here is the throw from Callis. Headed out by Niles, so Naps makes some ground coming down the right side. Nice long ball, searching ball, looking there for Ogaru. A little bit of a nudge, but he does well. Gets around the man, sends the ball in, and cleared away. So another throw for Naparima, but this time close to the corner flag.
Yeah, nice movement from Ogaru, just getting in the half pockets behind the defender, making space for himself.
Callis with the throw, headed off by Niles. And this is Lee, the skipper. Tarek Lee plays it nicely across towards Bobcom. As Benedict's looking to come over on that right side. Lee has gone over to that right side now. Plays that ball back as the cross comes, but slipping in the meantime. But it was picked up by Garcia. Now Garcia still on it. He loses out. As Morris looking to come forward, gets it to Garcia. The shot comes, goes just wide. First attempt on goal, guys.
Yeah, he had the right idea, lots of space in front of him. Why not have a shot? Too bad for him, just jogged wide of the far post. Good signs though from St. Benedict's College.
They've certainly settled into this one as we take another look at this shot. Some distance, maybe about 40 yards out. Goalkeeper didn't look too bothered, but they looked the more settled team so far in the opening exchanges.
Well, talking about that, here's Gogaro. Is he going to get there? No, he doesn't. Before goalkeeper Devonish comes out, does well.
Had to be quick there. Half chances, and those are the kind of mistakes that can hurt you in a fixture like this. Did well to get it early, the goalkeeper.
Morris playing a long ball forward, trying to get Garcia going, but it goes out of play, and it's going to be a throw for Naparima. So this is Callis. Decides to go all the way back towards, well, we see referee Sobers has just held up play for the moment. Goes all the way back to Asher, but referee Sobers just asked him to take it over, and he does. This couldn't be controlled by Forbes, so Benedict's with the throw. Again, they've made a couple meters up that left side. Morris gets it towards Garcia, but he couldn't control it, and it goes out of play. But it's come off a Naparima player, so it's a throw again. Lee turning nicely on it, but it's going to run out of play. No, it's been kept in. Sent downfield, headed away. So both teams seeming at the moment to be very tight defensively.
But when you look at the standings, both in Group A and Group B, the top two teams respectively in the groups have only conceded 2 goals. And it shows that they've been very stingy defensively so far.
Well, here's Lee. It's going to go wide. The cross comes. This is a chance, but cleared away as far as Garcia. The shot comes. That's well held. regaining possession through Garcia. Looking for some support. He's got support just to his right. Gets that ball towards Brown. It's Morris in possession. There are two. This is Keanu Morris, but he gives it away, and
careless.
Comes Naparima. This is Ogaru in possession. That's a good bit of defending. As still Forbes in possession. Gets it to the one. The shot comes just wide. Well.
Well, they're coming closer, and they Naparima College. A good challenge in the middle of the box area there from the defender. Just wonder how useful that touch is. But look at this. Half a yard for himself. Well, he's going to be hitting himself that he didn't hit the target.
Another bad attempt at all by Naparima College. It's been end-to-end so far. As we see, of course, some sort of, I think, of course, assistance to St. Benedict's player.
Yeah, it seems to be the man
from Brown.
It's Brown, yeah.
But it has been an entertaining first 7 or so minutes, 7+ minutes. Both teams still finding their way, finding their rhythm. Certainly a lot to play for, as we've talked about. And teams still do look nervy as we take a look at the injury to Brown here. Looks like he got back in his attempt in stopping the shot. May have gotten, of course, a bit of the force from the shot, from the swinging of the booth. He's a very integral part for what St. Benedict does in the middle of the park, so they wouldn't want to lose him. That's for sure. As we look at Coach Travis Marine, I wonder who's the happier of the two coaches so far. I know it's early.
Yeah, that's a difficult one, because I think St. Benedict's, obviously, because they haven't conceded, and if they conceded early, it could have been really problems for them. So here comes St. Benedict's. It's with Morris, Keanu Morris. Two Morrises, one playing right back, the other one playing left back. Show up, hitting that ball up the line, looking for Lee. It's hit too hard, and it's going to be a goal kick for Naparima.
Well, there have been chances early in this one. Just what the doctor ordered. 1 point separating these teams. Both teams needing a win to try and get to a semi-final spot. And we've seen the right kind of excitement that this fixture promised before kickoff. So far, there's only 10 minutes gone.
Well, here comes Naparima again. Ogaru is giving chase, but he's not going to get there before Devonish, who just allows it to go through, and it's going to be a goal kick for Benedict. So we're just coming up to 10 minutes so far in this game, and it's goalless between St. Benedict's and Naparima. A top of the table clash here. As it's Dimas giving it back to his keeper. He only thought of picking it up there. That would have been a disaster. But Morris can't control it. So they throw quickly, looking for Forbes. Headed away. You would think Naparima has enjoyed the early part of possession, James.
Well, St. Benedict's have certainly made it tough for them. Like to play to the middle. Crowded out that area, not giving them much room to play. Haven't found that much joy in terms of possession, but it's still early.
It's a good tackle. Eventually it goes there towards the number 10 player, which is Bobcom.
We're seeing a lot of players, Colin and James, sliding and slipping. It must be noted that there was a brief shower of rain here at the Hasty Crawford Center. Although it's extremely hot and humid out there, the condition in terms of the pitch is still quite slippery. It's slick outside, so I'm not surprised seeing some of the players losing their footing in some of the instances, but it must be noted as well that it's extremely hot, it's extremely humid, and that would play a factor in this afternoon's fixture, that's for sure.
This is Niles, wins a throw-in. Long throw, deep throw into the heart of the area. This is Garcia with the shot going just wide.
Yeah, not a bad effort. Good awareness from Garcia. Saw exactly where that ball was going to drop. Got himself in the right position. And again, coming close. They haven't hit the target yet, though.
Well, they've given it away as it's going to be a throw for St. Benedict's. It's going to be Morris with the throw. Again, we see a little bit of a slip from Brown. He recovers nicely to get it to Morris. This is Lee. This is the man, but he loses out as Ogaro is away, but the ball just...
There was a handball there.
Yeah, they were appealing. One of the coaching staff were appealing, but...
Is that hand in an unnatural position versus natural position conversation again?
Here we go with that. Here we go with that. So a few penalties today in the EPL with that sort of decisions. I think in the first game between Bournemouth and Fulham.
Yeah, that's correct. Saw it as well in the Champions League. It's becoming, of course, a conversation. It must be noted with the VAR scenario that it's really subjective. At the end of the day, the man in the VAR booth is the man that has to, of course, prescribe to it.
But you know, this thing about unnatural and natural, if I jump for a ball, I can't jump with my hands close to my side. I've got to, the hands sort of have to go up. I think you're right, it's so subjective, Brent, and it's really left to the discretion of the referee. Here's Tariq Lee. Can't get past Asher, but he wins a throw. Gets it back to Niles. Gets it into that midfield, that crowded midfield area to Brown. Morris. Niles. Still Niles. Trying to get it to Garcia. He gives it away. And long clearance from Cooper. As Brown gets it towards Alexander. Morris. You see it, you're seeing, Brent, right away, as you mentioned about the ground being slippery. The players are starting to lose their footing.
Yeah, as we talked about, the rain, of course, that came just before the game has made the surface quite slippery. And of course, we've had a lot of rain here in Trinidad and Tobago over the last 2 weeks or so. Although it's been brilliant sunshine, and it's nothing like, of course, the previous fixtures we would have seen in the SSFL. Well, I tell you what, some of the pitches that we've covered so far on Sportsmax has been, of course, challenging. That's the word I want to best use when you talk about the surfaces. And it's not just down to, of course, the school not being able to upkeep it. I think it's the rain. We've had a lot of rain.
Yeah, but the surface here is really, it looks in really superb condition. Now here's the throw from Callis. Getting it all the way forward towards Cooper. But the shot comes from Ogaro. Whoa! Slips through the keeper's hands. Luckily hit his body and went out for a corner. But that's a good attempt from Ogaro.
Yeah, that's the kind of half chances that win you matches. Just swiveled into this one. That's a good touch. Took his time, turned with it well. Oh, questionable goalkeeping. He's going to be fortunate to see that one didn't settle in the back of the net. But Ogaro, he looks as sharp as ever.
Well, it's going to be a left-sided corner for Naparima. 6 blue shirts, 5 blue shirts in the box. So here is the corner. They did say, Brent, when you spoke with the manager, they've been working on set plays. Very interesting.
Yeah, of course, when you have conversations with team personnel, you always try to pick out 1 or 2 things that they suggest. And for us, I know it's the fact that they talked about working on set plays. So here comes one.
So another left-sided corner. We see referee Soba is going up to have a word with all of these guys close on the goal line. And there's a lot of jostling going on. Here comes the corner. Not a good one. And it's cleared away upfield. Sent right back down, but it's given away. A 2v2 situation. But this could be a chance here going forward with it. It's Bobcom. Still Bobcom. Just trying to get it back to Garcia. This is Lee. Real trickery, but it doesn't work for him. And it goes out for a goal kick.
Really good opportunity, really good chance. Needed Maruga, courtesy of that man Bobcom, showing his pace, showing his strength to get past the defender. Naparima error, and that's the kind of chances that they don't want to give away. Naparima, you can't afford to give away sloppy chances like that, sloppy clearances in a match of this magnitude. They're fortunate that they didn't end up in the back of the net.
Well, here's Ogaro getting it to Francis. Francis doing well, he's doing very well, and then it had to be a sliding tackle coming in from Morris, and it's going to be a left-sided corner yet again. So the third corner for Naparima in the space of about 5 minutes.
Well, certainly what they've lacked in terms of possession, Naparima College, they have won it back in terms of corners, and what it does create is a half-chance opportunity to perhaps get something from a set piece. The big question, can they capitalize?
Well, it's Jabari Forbes is the man gone across to take the corner. Let's just have a look and see what the plan is. The first couple of corners went towards the first post. This one, he holds it up, going deeper, headed forward, and, well, nearly a chance here. Referee Sobers blows the whistle for a foul on Devonish, but that ball was headed on. Seemed to be Cooper heading it further into the 6-yard box, and Devonish was a little slow in coming out. Let's have a look, guys.
Yeah, ball swing placed into the box. High looping header there by Cooper. Back to his captain, who, of course, eventually couldn't get the touch. Asher ended up taking the St. Benedict's custodian instead as a casualty of war. Not sure if, in terms of worked on set plays, the ball's coming quite deep to the back post, but it's still a difficult ball after the initial one is won.
Well, you know, the way I look at it, they're crowding the keeper. They've got about 2 or 3 players on the keeper. He was going first post in the first couple of corners. This one, he went far post, so he went more to the edge of the box for Cooper, or was it, yeah, for Cooper to head it on. Maybe looking for a couple of those guys that closer to the goal line, but it, you know, it didn't work for them on this occasion. But I tell you what, it could so easily have gone to one of those guys near to the goal line.
Well, I think from a Travis Marine and a Naparima perspective, they would have won 2 headers during that sequence of play in a corner, and if you're a coach and your team is winning headers in the box from corners, you'll be happy.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, here's St. Benedict's being put under pressure. That's good pressure being put on by Naparima, and the ball goes out of play, and Naparima have a throw.
Yeah, a tad sloppy there from St. Benedict's College, trying to play it out short from the back, but when you do that, you've got to have your positional play on point, and you can't be untidy in terms of possession.
Well, here's going to be a long throw. It's going to be Francis with it. Probably going deep into the box. Does. Headed on, flicked on. Finally cleared off upfield. Benedict's under some pressure at the moment. And you could see sometimes a little bit of panic setting in. So it's going to be Callis. Gets it back, gets the return ball, has to go all the way back towards, looks like that's not Cooper, that's Mitchell. And this time Rajun gets it back towards Cooper, plays it down the line, trying to get Bailey going, but it goes out of play, and it's going to be a throw for St. Benedict's. So just about 20 and a half minutes gone in the first half. It's still goalless here at the Hazley Crawford Stadium. There is Randolph Boyce, the coach of St. Benedict's. Doesn't seem all that perturbed at the moment. But you have to say that I think he took that ball. I think the keeper took that ball before it had got into the area.
Well, I'm not sure if he got his hand onto it before, of course, he passed the 18-yard line. It'll be interesting, of course, to get another look at it.
Yeah, let's
as we see here, as it slows down, does he touch the ball outside of the box with his right hand?
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does. It's on the line here.
It should be well, and it is. They're right. They have given a correct decision. Now, Brent, is that a yellow card offence?
It is a card of defence, yeah.
I I think it's cruel though. If you look, his feet are on the line, his arms getting, he's under no real pressure. It's not a 50-50 situation. That's the type that the referee's assistant let go sometimes.
Well, you know, we get down here again to a subjective thing.
It's considered a handle ball.
Exactly.
And a handle ball that would have stopped progression for Naparima College. So maybe a card, a yellow one.
Yeah, a yellow card.
Suffice, but I don't think red. Certainly not.
No, not at all. But St. Benedict's, they're in a good position here with this free kick. Let's see there. So here comes the free kick. Deflects off the wall for a corner.
But I tell you who's breathing a sigh of relief at the moment. It's the man in goal. He's got lucky that nothing more came out of it. Still got to deal with the corner.
It's the free kick taken by LaShawn Morris. Coming all the way from left back. I'm a little surprised he took the free kick, but he must be the dead ball specialist on this Benedict's team. There's the corner, swinging away. Not a good one, but it's picked up by Garcia. Oh, the loose ball there went towards the number 5 player for Benedict's in Dimas, and he was not able to control it. So a goal kick for Naparima. See, referee Sobers going up to have a word with goalkeeper Kadim. Not sure what this is all about. I think that conversation is like, James, you being a former goalkeeper.
Well, they're best friends now. Smiles in the face of Crystal Sobers. Smile in the face of the goalkeeper. I'm not sure it was the same situation a minute and a half ago.
There is the goal kick sent downfield. And it's won by Ogaro. He's a real menace so far. Free kick, given away. So Ogaro has been proving to be a real handful for the Benedict's defense. And they picked up the ball, started to run at them, Brent, and he's been taken down. Not a bad position for a free kick.
Yeah, eventually taken down there by Garcia. But you just think from a St. Benedict's perspective, it's just a bit of communication. It's a 2v1 scenario, 2 St. Benedict's defenders against 1 Naparima College player, and they just need to communicate. Of course, try to send him down the side and eventually outnumber him and take the football. There was no need really to make that tackle, but we're seeing those sorts of mistakes creep into this game. We've seen it at the Naparima end with the goalkeeper, of course, ball slipping, handling the ball outside of the area, and then now here with this challenge that was very unnecessary.
Well, we see skipper Asher is there. Is it Francis? It seems to be Francis as well. There's Asher with the kick. No, he leaves it, and it's curled just wide by Francis. So the idea was good, but they didn't get it on target.
Yeah, he'll get an A for an idea. A B for execution. But he certainly did come close. But that's what they've been doing, Naparima College. They've gotten a lot of set pieces. You just wonder, in hindsight, they might feel that they could have done a bit better from some of them.
Yeah,
some of the better chances.
Some of the Naparima fans, they would be feeling pretty happy at the moment. But they need a goal. That is Cooper, not such a great clearance, and it's going to be a throw for Benedict.
Well, it's been a game that's been on the fringes, really. It seems like it wants to come to life, or come alive, or of course...
Or explode.
But it hasn't. It's teetered in and out, of course, of patches and moments in the game. Nothing really that you could sink your teeth into.
Could it be a situation, guys, where so much is at stake?
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of it is nerves that we've seen so far from both teams.
Callis clearing it downfield, but only as far as Morris. He sends the cross in, headed away. This is Garcia getting it to the other Morris. LaShawn Morris goes all the way back. Garcia loses out as Francis gets it to Ogaru. Plays a good ball just to his right, but unfortunately goes behind Forbes. Sends it in. That's a handball, is it? No. Still, Francis. Kalis. Looking for Ogaru. Headed away. And it's going to be taken upfield by Ochoa. Gets it to his skipper. He can't hold on. This is Mitchell. Goes just wide. The right. So it's going to be a throw for Benedict. Just about 27 minutes gone. Still, we await the first goal here at AC Crawford Stadium. There's the Naparima rhythm section. As Benedict's back in possession. It's with Ochoa. That's a difficult ball for Morris to give chase. And it's thrown out to Asher. Sends a long searching ball there. Looking for Francis. But it can't be kept in by LaShawn Morris. And it's going to be a throw for Naparima. So it's at the back with Mitchell. Gets it to Cooper. Plays a good ball. Here comes Naparima again. The cross ball. Looking for Ogaru. Tries to flick it back in field to Francis. Cleared away, but only as far as Asher. He sends it right back into the box for Francis. Cleared away again. No team really getting control of it. As LaShawn Morris plays it up for Niles. He's in a foot race here with Kalis. Kalis does well. It's a good tackle.
Yeah, that's a good spell of pressure from Naparima College. Just lacked a bit of quality in the final third in some instances, but they would be quite happy with what they've seen so far in terms of pressure. Maybe some end product.
So this is the Tiger Tanks Secondary Schools League top of the table clash here between Naparima and St. Benedict's. And one would have to think that the winner should go through to play in the Big Four. A draw will suit St. Benedict's, but nothing but a win will suffice for Naparima. Cooper getting it out to Mitchell. Ball takes a deflection, so it's a Naparima throw. It's a good header from Cooper. Yet another throw for Benedict.
I'm just looking at the positioning of both teams in and out of possession, and they tend to hold a lot of players behind the football. From a defensive standpoint, you look at Naparima College, there's at least 5 or so blue shirts. Even when Naparima College is attacking, that stays back, and similarly for St. Benedict's. So you talk about, of course, nerves. I think from a tactical perspective, both teams have approached this very cautiously.
The thing is, Brett, at some time, at some point in this game, Naparima has got to forget about caution to the wind. They've got to get a win, and they've got to go forward and put St. Benedict's under some pressure. But here comes St. Benedict's. Ball played out wide to Niles. He's speedy. He's got some speed. Sends it in field, but it's cleared away. So a throw for St. Benedict's. Niles is the man going to take it. He's very speedy, young Joshua Niles, or Jeremiah Niles, sorry, on that left flank for Benedict's. One of these long throws going to be attempted by Alexander. Well, that's everybody was in the box, and Alexander decided to throw it short. Still no goals here. We've been playing for 31 minutes. We're into the last 15 minutes of the first half. Headed away. But Ochoa has the shot, takes a deflection. It's going to be a right-sided corner for Benedict.
Moments ago, we saw Naparima piling on pressure on the opposite end. This time it's the turn of the Laramie Lions, St. Benedict's College, to apply some pressure. And, well, they've won a set piece from it. Can they get more?
So a right-sided corner for St. Benedict's. As both sets of rhythm sections really pumping up the place here. Here's the Crawford. Still, this is Garcia, sends it over. Coming up from the back is Morris, looking to play a 1-2. Thought the referee would have maybe indicated it was a foul, but a player down at the moment.
He's done really well. Jaron Pascal in the middle of the park for Naparima College.
Right.
He's been everywhere. He snuffed out a lot of St. Benedict's advances. But more importantly, I think positionally, where he's been in the park has been instrumental. There he is, muscling his way to clear it. I thought may have been a foul there. Nevertheless, I think he would have gotten the throw-in to go his way. But he's been key for Naparima College so far, shielding that back rear guard for Naparima College. The game hasn't had the fluidity that we thought it would have had. And a lot of it, I think, again, is down to the fact that both teams have started so cautiously towards this fixture. A lot is at stake here.
I think, Brent, that's the big problem.
Yeah.
I think both teams know just how much is at stake here, and they're not playing with the sort
freedom.
That
we're used to seeing.
That's right.
Teams.
That's right.
And you can tell, of course, you can even feel it here at where we sit, in terms of among the supporters. There is an air of anticipation, and of course also an air of caution within the fans as well, because they know as well what's at stake. Of course, this new format, only two teams come out of the group stages, and certainly St. Benedict's, Fatima and Naparima 1, 2 and 3, well, in that order, but 1 point separates Naparima College from Fatima and St. Benedict's. This is wrongs a games to go.
This is Cooper, but heading in the way. Picked up here by Kalis now. Getting it back into that midfield. For that man, Pascal sends a nice chip ball forward, looking for Garu. But it's cleared away by Morris, and it's going to be a throw for Naparima.
They've done a good job in keeping him quiet, though. He's certainly one of the clear and present dangers, Nathaniel Ugaru. Apart from the one earlier chance, well, they've done pretty well to contain the Lion.
Kalis has got some space in front of him, now being challenged by Niles, so he decides to go back towards Asher. Gets it to Cooper, sends it long forward, but headed away as far as O'Garo. Gets it to Francis. Oh, that's good defending in the end, but Francis still gets his shot away, and it just goes over the bar. Well, real persistence there from Francis, because he was confronted by two defenders, and in the end he was able to get the shot away, and it went just over the bar.
Silky smooth from Kanye Francis, turned his man inside out like a piece of laundry, and somehow, someway he was able to get a shot away despite the heavy challenge. The whistle did come, but credit to that man, Kanye Francis.
I think credit also to the St. Benedict's defender Alexander, who stepped in the way. I felt in this instance here he was in, but there goes Alexander, who of course impeded his progress, well, momentarily anyway. But I think that critical part of the play is what didn't, of course, didn't allow him for a free shot on goal.
You just have to think, though, in the end he should have at least hit the target.
Yeah, eventually. Yeah, eventually, when he did get the opportunity to hit. But again, what we've seen that College throughout this game.
Yeah, but I suppose in fairness to him, he was sort of falling backwards, and and then he saw players' boots coming from both ends. But he did well to get off the shot. But here comes St. Benedict's through Lee. Plays it to Niles. Oh, he's pushed that too far. Yeah. Playing back upfield, but it goes into, I was about to say it was going into the arms of goalkeeper Devonish, but in the end, it's an offside against Francis, so it's going to be a free kick for St. Benedict's. is going to take the kick. He's going to go long. Yes, he does.
Colin, put it by closer to your mouth, please.
That ball long forward by Dimas. So it's going to be a throw for Naparima College. This is Forbes. Niles does well. Gets it to Lee. This is Garcia. Good fluent movement so far. And Garcia gives it away, but it's picked up by Morris. Lee, he can't get there before stepping in was Pascal. It's a good ball for Francis. Here comes Benedict again. That's played too far forward. It's going to be a goal kick for Naparima.
Yeah, the game's been lacking an end product really on both sides. The teams, of course, we talked about the nerves and we talked about the magnitude of the game, but certainly the end product on both ends just hasn't been good enough. It's the reason why we're still at 0-0 and no real clear-cut opportunity to any team as yet. And that end product could come in the vein of course, a pass, a thought, or even a decision making, and it's just not been good enough.
Well, here's Naparima back in possession. It's with Pascal. He's going to get it wide to Kalis. Plays that ball forward, looking for Forbes. Back inside to Kalis, but it's cleared upfield. Goes to Lee. Lee, oh, he takes on 2-3. Making that run. There's Bobcom. Here goes. Bobcom scores! Nicholas Bobcom. A beautiful run though from Tariq Lee, the skipper. He weaved his way through the Naparima defense and played a lovely ball through to Nicholas Bobcom. He held his run and took it in stride and then placed it away from Duncan Kadim to register St. Benedict's first goal. There's the run from Lee, guys.
Well, that was better put together than a Lego set. Just the right time into Nicholas Bobcom. He's the man with experience and he wouldn't miss from there. Opening up the chance here. A good touch, putting him in a good position and nothing that the goalkeeper could do in the end. Nicholas Bobcom is the man with experience and it shows.
That's his 11th goal so far.
So Nicholas Bobcom's 11th goal of the season, but all made by Tariq Lee.
Well, we talk about the importance of big moments in big games. That was a big moment played by Lee and Boscom, able to eventually bring the very stubborn rear guard of Naparima College. When you look at these types of fixtures, you look at moments in the game, this has been a very significant moment as it relates to it. Of course, Boscom's third goal, a correction, for this season. But what a very, very important goal for Boscom and St. Benedict's College.
Oh, now, it's very interesting, guys. How will Naparima respond? Because they need 2 goals now, not just 1.
They have to win. That's correct.
But you just have to give credit though to Tariq Lee.
That's played a little too far forward. Goal kick for St. Benedict.
Yeah, certainly full of experience, Tariq Lee. It's one of the players on the field at the moment that has a lot of pedigree. Tariq Lee has been on the radars of the national youth teams, and it shows. Nicholas Bobcom as well played in the Ascension tournament earlier with Central Soccer World, and that combination, the timing of the pass to Nicholas Bobcom, I think, was the crucial moment in that play.
You know, the thing is, once you give Tariq Lee a little bit of room, he's gonna make you pay. He's gonna run at you while you're backpedaling. He's gonna turn you inside out. And what was critical there was the final delivery.
Yeah, the pass was inch perfect, but I thought from a presentation college perspective, a player should have taken a foul for it to maybe take a card. Yeah, the captain actually should have probably stopped his progress. I know I would have.
Did you hear that, James? Typical Brent Sancho. He would have taken a card to stop it. But here's Niles going forward, looking around, looking to send it in field towards Lee, but it's cleared away. All of a sudden, Benedicts have picked up the pace. There's a player down on the far side. Not sure who it is. The referee is now having a look, but he's back up. Could very well be Bailey. But in the meantime, Niles is down, so he's going to look to get some sort of treatment. We're in the last 4 minutes of the first half, And St. Benedict's, their lead, 1-0. Goals coming from Nicholas Bobcom.
Yeah, ton loads of experience from Bobcom. Did have opportunities in the Ascension tournament, one of the more experienced players on the pitch at the moment. Saw him grow up from a boy, Nicholas Bobcom, and that's the moment that he lives for. Get that type of opportunity and he puts it away.
And the other thing, James, is his run was also good. He had to hold his run in because had he made that run too early, he would have been in an offside position. So that the goal from St. Benedict's was a masterful goal. The run from Lee, the pass from Lee, the execution from Bobcom, and holding his run. All of those things were so important.
Yeah, I think Brent Sancho pointed it out earlier on, a lack of quality in the final third from both these teams, but that's individual quality from Tariq Lee is really what opened it up. He certainly burst through the middle line and created that opportunity out of nothing almost.
Let's go on red, go on red.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And look,
Brent, tell me where you would have got the card, when you'd have brought him down.
Pascal, number 4, had the opportunity there. I would have tugged the shirt, but not taken away from Lee. It is a good bit of individual skill, good vision to, of course, find Bascom in the run. Intelligent run by Bascom to get in behind. And, of course, the fans from La Romaine knowing how vital that goal is. But it's a top finish, a top piece of play. A game that was starved in terms of quality that we've seen so far. And we finally got a moment of brilliance.
Total moment of brilliance. But there's Francis trying to get it down to O'Garo, but it's intercepted by Morris. Morris has been slipping all afternoon, and I'm not understanding why the coaches are not looking at him for a change of boots. Here is the ball sent out to Niles. Doesn't collect it well. Calise. But it's in the middle with Garcia. Sent downfield, and it's going to be a throw for St. Benedict's. In the last 2 minutes of the first half, St. Benedict's, they lead by 1-0. The goal scored by Nicholas Bobcom. So here goes Lee again, trying to get it to Bobcom. But it's won by Bailey, clears it away. All of a sudden, St. Benedict's now, they're playing with a little more confidence, James.
Yeah, and that's what a goal does. Gives you that pep in your step, the air in your lungs. And we've certainly seen a more progressive stance from St. Benedict's College since that one went in earlier on.
So it's going to be a throw for Benedict's. No doubt Morris is going to, Keanu Morris is going to go forward and take the throw.
I just wonder now, from a Naparima College perspective, seeing that they've got to change the game, what sort of tactical changes might see at halftime?
Well, it's going to be actually taken by Alexander, so he's going to come with one of these long throws, you would expect.
1 minute.
Does. Understand there's going to be 1 minute of added on time as the ball is played out. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We'll have to look and see what sort of adjustments that Naparima make in the second half. So we're into this added on time now. Ball is in the middle with Mitchell. Still Mitchell sends a good ball through, but O'Garo is not going to get there much before Morris, who plays it safe into touch. It's going to be a throw for Naparima.
But I think what Naps has to do, they've got to stretch the pitch a bit more. Try playing through the sides, and Benedict's College have made it difficult coming to the centre. Haven't really seen Asher, the captain, involved as much as you'd like to see him. If they can do that, stretch them out, maybe then they might be able to poke some holes.
Come downstairs to the coaches, please. Brent, you downstairs to the coaches.
So just about a couple seconds left. We should hear referee Sobers' whistle any moment now. And there it is. So we at the half here. St. Benedict's, they have got the upper hand in this really crucial encounter between themselves and Naparima. They lead by that goal from Nicholas Bobcom in the 38th minute. A good goal scored by Bobcom, made of course by Tariq Lee. And here at the Hazley Crawford Stadium, St. Benedict's College, they are smiling after 45 minutes because they are in front against Naparima College by 1-0.
If you can hear me, Colin. Talk on the lazy, Colin. Alright. Watch your phone. I'm going to cue you on your phone. Answer your phone.
Well, welcome back here to the Hazley Crawford Stadium. It's halftime in this crucial encounter between St. Benedict's and Naparima College. The Benedict's guys, the guys from Laramie, they're leading by 1-0. The goal scored by Nicholas Bobcom, but all made through Tariq Lee. Let's have a look at the highlights of the first half. Well, the referee Crystal Silva is immediately calling play, and Benedict started a little bit quicker than Naparima. They had a shot there from Morris, and then the cross ball headed on, but finally cleared away. Came to Garcia, he had the shot. Keeper fumbled a little bit, but held on in the end. And then Naparima came into the own through Francis. He had the shot, went just wide. Then the corner, headed on, and then eventually it was Asher who was trying to get to the ball and cleared away. But This is a shot coming from Francis. He got the loose ball and he had the shot, but then it was the run of Tariq Lee. Look at this run, and look at the pass to Bobcom. He took it in stride and just flicked it away from the keeper. He had no chance. It was a one-on-one situation. Brilliant run from Tariq Lee, brilliant pass, and in the end a brilliant goal from Nicholas Bobcom to lead by 1-0. Excellent football on his part. Let's have a look at the stats, James.
Yeah, it certainly has been a puzzle, but the pieces are coming together for St. Benedict's College. They lead by 1-0. And not very fine in terms of shots. 10 shots to 8 in favour of St. Benedict's College. 4 on target to each team. Fouls pretty close after that. After that, it's all pretty even, but look at the saves category. St. Benedict's forced to make the most saves, but it is the bit of quality in the end from Nicholas Bobcom that separates them as they lead by 1-0 against Naparima College.
Certainly leading by 1-0, and certainly deserved. Let's go down to Brent Sancho and see who he's got.
I'm now joined by Coach of St. Benedict's, Coach Macmillan. What's your thoughts on the first half so far?
Okay, well, the first half, St. Benedict's really haven't came to the game as yet. So the kind of quality football that we are accustomed playing, and the entertainment now.
Of course, going into the second half, 1 goal up, do you change anything tactically or you go as the same?
Well, goals win matches. 1 goal is not enough to beat a quality team like Naparima, so we have to go a little stronger. And just one problem, we just second to the ball, but when we solve that problem by becoming first to the ball on all the points of the game, I believe that people will get the full entertainment and the full brunt at St. Benedict's College.
Well, thank you very much, Coach, and all the best into the second half. Of course, we are now joined by the coach, assistant coach at Naparima College, Anthony Sherwood. Coach, 1-0 down, disappointing first half?
Very, very disappointing. I thought we had the better of the first half, quite honestly. They've gotten one chance, but credit to them, they've taken that chance.
When you look forward to the second half, where do you think the changes tactically or personnel-wise needs to happen for Naparima College to get back into this one?
I think we need to win this game unequivocally. So at some point we're going to get some fresh faces on and really attempt to take the game to St. Benedict's in the second half.
Thank you very much, Coach, and of course all the best to you at Naparima College in the second half. Now we take a look at Nissan Alexander of St. Benedict's College and Kane Francis in their videos that they did for us.
Our team is coming together as a unit pretty well, and we had a lot of time to work together and become closer on and off the field. I'm pretty excited to be back out to represent my school. Not being able to play for my school in 2019 was fairly difficult because I love the game of football and I wanted to represent my school. The first day of practice was not pretty challenging because previously I've been doing personal training and other work. My role is very important because as long as alongside the goalkeeper and the other centre-back, I'm able to see the entire field and able to command our teammates to go to positions. I motivate myself along with my teammates by reminding ourselves while training we have a goal in mind and we would like to win the SSFL this year.
I'm pretty excited to play for Naparima College. It's a pride. The role is quite important to me because it gives me confidence that the coach has confidence in me to build the ball throughout from the back line to the forward line. Well, it's been a difficult year throughout the pandemic, and it was very difficult because we didn't have no type of sport. It was here and there. We trained for a month and stop again because COVID quarantine. I believe we are bonding quite well, faster than expected actually. After so long, some players I knew, some players we didn't know before the first session. But I find we are bonding pretty well. I am motivated from prior winnings of the team. To keep this streak and to keep the Naparima College legacy alive motivates me a lot.
Welcome, folks. I am in the stands with the Naparima College rhythm section. Arvin, Naparima College being the reigning championship winners. So Arvin, first off, What do you think is the role that Naparima College, your rhythm section, plays in the support system for your team?
I think it's just about the vibes it brings to the game, because I mean rhythm contains movement and adrenaline along with that. So the same thing the guys feel on the pitch, on the field. They just want the beats, to get the adrenaline running and go out there and perform for us. I mean, like every lunchtime they come with us when we're playing and they say, okay, for 3 minutes I want you guys to play this, and for the next half I want you guys to play this. So it's just a companionship, and it's just we love to do it. So.
And you guys have been representing at each game. So just a final hoorah coming out from the Nats team. What does the rhythm section have to say in response to today's first half?
We are the ones of NFP, Naparima.
Right now I'm going to throw it over to Hans.
Well, that's what's happening with the Napa Rhythms. Right now joined by Liam from St. Benedict's College. Liam actually spent some time with our commentary team last season. Liam, thoughts on the game?
Well, it's been brilliant so far. Of course, I am as happy as you could possibly get because we went in with the 1-0 lead before halftime. A lot of the players I know were a little nervous before we started because it's such a big game, but clearly they've gotten the jitters out of their system mostly, and we're playing really well so far, so I'm elated.
Well, the Napa Rhythms made some noise, so St. Benedict's, are you going to make some noise for your team? When we come back, the fans are here. St. Benedict's and Naparima College. The game continues 1-0 in favor of St. Benedict's Lions when we come back around here at the Hazy Crawford Stadium.
Crawford Stadium. It's halftime. St. Benedict's College 1, Naparima College 0, and the players are already out onto the field. We should get the second half going shortly. James, what's your prediction?
They do hold an advantage in the match at the moment. What I'm quite interested to see is the adjustments that are made by Naparima College. 5 at the back earlier on. They need to score goals now. They need to get to win this match if they are to progress and perhaps earn a place in the semi-finals. So the onus is on them to chase the game at the moment.
Yep, it is on them, and they've got to chase it. Not only have they got to chase it, but they've got to score 2 goals at least. But here, St. Benedict's looking to come down that right side through Bob Cup. It's cleared out and they've won a throw. So St. Benedict's this time kicking towards the movie tongue end. Long throw is going to be taken by Alexander. Looking for some movement in the box. Headed away by Cooper. But goes towards Alexander. Goes wide, gets it towards Morris. Ball played in field. Lee just trying to flick it on, but it's picked up here in the middle of the field. It's with Pascal. Pascal playing that ball forward, long forward, giving chases Francis, and it's played out, sensibly played out by Dimas. It's going to be a throw for Naparima. So Naparima, they've got it all to do.
Yeah, they've got to be careful though. They're going to be piling bodies forward, I assume, this second period. Got to be careful though, not to leave too much space at the back. You all know the pace of Bobcom and the like from St. Benedict's College.
Here is Naparima with a long throw of their own. Headed away by Dimas. Eventually cleared downfield. Hit downfield by Brown. And it's going to be a throw for Naparima just halfway in the Benedict's half. Center Pascal. Gets it back to Kalis. He has to go all the way back towards Cooper. Here comes Naparima looking to come forward wide with Ogaru. This is Ogaru back in possession. Good ball. Francis is all in the hole. That's a rough one. Let's see the card. It's going to be yellow. Dimas with the challenge. Whoa! A Brent Sancho tackle. Brent Sancho tackle.
I like to get Brent in on this.
He's not saying anything. He's not saying anything. James.
He's just a little bit late on that challenge.
Late.
As much as it, of course, as we take another look at it.
Late, Brent, you said.
It had its porosity attached to it, but no malice certainly, Colin. Nothing less than you'd expect from an imposing centre half.
No, but
coming across to stamp his authority.
Yeah, I don't think it was a red card offence.
No, it certainly wasn't.
A yellow card, definitely. He was late.
He was late, and rightfully so was booked.
Well, here is a free kick. It's going to be taken by Francis. What an opportunity for Naparima if they can get this early goal. Well, it's all to play for again. Can Francis turn this free kick into something positive? Let's see. He chips it in field. Not a good one. And headed away. There's Francis still in possession. But this time he gives it away towards Lee. And it's sent back upfield. And eventually it goes out of play. It's going to be a goal kick for St. Benedict's. Benedict's leading here by that lone goal scored by Nicholas Bobcom. Goalkeeper Devnish has had 1 or 2 saves to make, but in general it's been a comfortable afternoon for him. This time it's played out and it's going to be a throw for Naparima. Bailey sends that ball forward. there is the Tiger Tanks, the new sponsors of the league. Of course, they've been very instrumental this year, Brent, in getting their sponsorship on board, and they've been doing a lot for schools football.
Yeah, of course, coming out of the pandemic, the importance was making sure that we get the secondary schools football league get the kind of financial support to continue on the upward trajectory that they have been doing, and Tiger Tanks have come in and provided that. I think one of the things that they've brought to the table, of course, is the ability of seeing more games, more teams in action, and of course, from a publicity standpoint as well, I believe that the league has been shown on the various platforms and got the type of viewership that these kids deserve to get. Obviously, some of these kids are trying to go to school afterwards, a university perspective, as a shot coming there by Busker. But what Tiger Tanks and their sponsorship have been able to do is give that sort of exposure to this league.
And let's not forget, Brent, they also sponsor the Under-20 tournament. In my view, a very crucial tournament for that age group, the Under-20s. So they've been doing their bit for the development of football. But here goes Naparima with a long searching ball headed away. So it's going to be a throw for Naparima. It's going to be taken by Callis. Throws it forward. Eventually. This is picked up here by Bobcom. Making that run going down that right side is Morris. That's a good tackle. And it's going to be a throw for Benedict.
Yeah, good challenge. Just positioning himself right. Not allowing any time and space to get one over. Looking to stretch them now. St. Benedict's College, Naparima College, forced to go forward. They're leaving spaces at the back that they can exploit.
And Alexander to Lee. Looking to get it across. Alexander's in support, but he sends it out. Oh, the idea was good, but still, it's with Niles. Looking to get it towards Morris, but he's not successful. And that's good, cool defending. This is Dimas, man who was yellow carded. Joshua Dimas picking up the yellow card. Sent upfield. No one in real control at the moment of the ball, but it's with Francis. He's got Ogaro ahead of him. Still Francis. Still Francis. But it goes through harmlessly to the keeper.
And I think that it was just crowded out in the end there. Naparima College still a bit hesitant to pile bodies forward. Just 3 players in the attack. Had a gamble in the end at some time though.
Lee gets it down to Niles. This is Niles. Can't get in field with it. Loose ball goes back towards Lee. Sends it long cross to Bobcom and he misses. Well. Tell you what, it was a good idea. He just he tried to go one time, Brent. Maybe he should have just controlled and hit it.
Yeah, he certainly would have been better served, of course, taking a touch and striking it on goal. And I just realized as the rhythm section started to grow in noise, certainly, of course, as we have another look, the ball is plucked out of the air here. Certainly could have taken a shot and at least placed it into the back of the net with his left foot. Loads of time to do that. But of course, it chose the more difficult option.
I tell you, if he had connected, it would have been interesting. But here's the ball played through to Lee in a real foot race with Archer. Or Asher, I should say. And Asher wins it, plays it out. It's going to be a throw for St. Benedict.
Yeah, that's good defending. Brent Sancho will be proud of that. Just getting his body between the man and the ball. And no room in the end for Tariq Lee to get in front of him. That's good defending from Asha.
So the throw is going to be taken by Morris. Oh no, it's Alexander again. He's the specialist. Lee has the shot. It's high, it's wide, and it goes beyond the goal, and it's going to be a goal kick for Naparima. Here's Tariq Lee.
Did everything right. The abracadabra trick got between his man. Just needed some quality in the end, and unfortunately the shot didn't match the dribble.
Yeah, never really got over the ball to keep it down. But here is Naparima with Ogaro, but he loses out to Garcia. Ball goes all the way back towards Alexander. This is Dimas. Back to Alexander. So they're keeping possession at the moment. Couldn't keep it in. Ball played towards Bobcom, but he couldn't keep it in. So Naparima back in possession and still looking to come forward. They trail by that 1-0. Means that they're also trailing St. Benedict's now, if this result was to stay as is, by some 4 points. And if Fatima were to win their game today too, both teams would be trailing, Naparima would be trailing both teams by 4 points, and you could almost say that they're not going to qualify for the semi-finals if they were to lose here.
Yeah, it would be such a shame, the 2019 champions, if they weren't to get out of this group. Wouldn't have imagined that at the start of the season.
Certainly not. A big four without Naparima. But you know, I tell you, I'm hoping, James, that next year they go back into just one league where you have the 15 teams, you play 14 games, and you get your winner from that. I'm not in favor of this Group A and Group B. I understand why they had to do it because of the tightness of the season. But surely next year they can start a little earlier and finish a little later. They could finish maybe at the end of October, and if they start earlier, who knows? They very well get through 14 games in this season.
Yeah, it's a small division. You want to see all the best teams on show against each other.
But not only that, you're playing 7 games. You know, you suddenly get started and bam, the league's done. You know, it's really unfortunate, but I understand the reasoning behind it. You know, we'd have loved to have seen a Naparima play a presentation and presentation play Fatima. That may still be on, but I'm just saying in a league format.
Yeah, he missed some of the big rivalries, of course, that Naparima presentation. Fans did get to see a bit of it at the start of the season.
Yeah, but that's all.
Yeah, that was it.
You know, it just doesn't seem that it's... Well, it's still a long way to go. We've got what? We're just 10 minutes into the second half. So they've got another 35 minutes to go and anything can happen. But at the moment, the picture is not looking good for Naparima. Here is Benedict in control, long ball. Headed on there by Garcia, he actually misses it. Sent back upfield. And this. So there is the yellow card for Jabari Forbes of Naparima. So yellow card going to Joshua Dimas of Benedict and Jabari Forbes of Naparima. So both teams getting 1 yellow card each. That ball is played down to Lee. Oh, he does well, he does very well. Wins the corner. Well, he was confronted by Dimas and by... Sorry, he was confronted by Bailey and Cooper, and he still was able to win a corner. Very spectacular, doesn't get it? This is Niles. The shot comes, deflected, well blocked. As Benedict trying to put Naparima under some pressure, but the winner free kick sent upfield, but straight into the hands of goalkeeper Devonish. This is Bobcom. Plays that ball forward, but it can't be kept in by Ochoa. It's going to be a throw for Naparima. This is Cooper getting it to Asher. He goes wide to Kalis. Kalis laying that ball nicely forward as Francis getting the ball from Forbes but couldn't control it, and St. Benedict's come forward again with it, except this time they go back towards Morris. That's picked up there by Bobcom. Eventually it's played out. It's going to be a throw for Naparima. So Morris with the throw. This is Keanu Morris. Keanu gets it to Lee. Look how deep he's come. Lee. That's a long ball, but Bobcom is not going to get there before the goalkeeper, Kadim. He bowls it out towards Asher. Asher getting it towards Cooper. Sends it upfield. This is good control here by Ogaro. Mitchell playing it over onto that far side, but it's won by Francis. Going up that right side, and the overlapping run is Kalis. But it comes off of the defender, and it's going to be a corner for Naparima. We've been playing for an hour now, James. Still, Benedict's hold on to that lead.
Yeah, I like the defensive shape of St. Benedict's College. What they've got to work on, though, is compressing the lines between midfield and defense. There's still a gap there, and when you get past the initial first press, there's a lot of space that Naparima have yet to exploit. They've got to be careful there. They've got to keep that space as tight as possible.
Well, here is the right-sided corner for Naparima. This referee again having to speak to a few of the players just inside that 6-yard box, trying to block out the keeper. So Devonish has got to go through some traffic. Here is the corner, headed over the bar, and it's going to be a goal kick for St. Benedict.
Yeah, not a bad attempt on goal at all. You'd have to think if Naparima is to get back into this football game, it's going to have to be from set play opportunities. At least that is one of the realistic options that they have. They have presented some sort of danger to St. Benedict College on the couple occasions that we've seen set pieces being played into the box. But you have to wonder if the time is near for a tactical shift for Naparima College.
There was Francis trying to play that ball back to Ogaro. It's cleared downfield. And Benedict's very well organized at the back. I think you made that point, James, that they're very organized, and you could see that. They're keeping their shape, and they're clearing it when it seems to be danger. They're not trying to pass it around. They're clearing that ball and sending it long down forward. So here is a throw for Benedict. Alexander with the throw, sends it long, searching for Morris. So they've won a few meters going down the right side. Who's going to take it? Is it going to be Alexander again with the throw? No, it's Morris. Throws it forward, gets it to Lee. Lee plays a really good ball towards Garcia. He goes on the far side to Niles. Niles being hunted down by Kalis. Niles still in, he does well, gets strong his man. Oh, the referee says get up. To Niles, he felt he was pushed over, and it didn't look like a push to me, James.
Yeah, just needed to be a bit stronger there. I agree with Crystal Sobers. I'm loving the battle, though, the showdown between that pair.
Well, here comes Naparima through Forbes, but he's fouled, and it's going to be a free kick for Naparima. Well, we have a score coming out of the QRC game. I believe it's 4-1. QRC leading Moruga.
Lots of mud in that area, I'm told, as well.
Yeah, very, very heavy outfield. So Naparima with the free kick. Forbes is the man over the ball. Sends it into the box. The heads will go up. Headed just wide. Should have hit the target.
Yeah, he should have. Good service at the back door. Looking for the big man. Brent Sancho did speak about the set pieces. While they're getting the opportunities, they're knocking, but they're not being let in.
But here goes Niles, the pacey Niles, confronted by Asher. Shot straight to the keeper. Niles had a lot of space in front of him. He utilized it, tried to get a little closer. James had the shot, but it was straight to the keeper.
Had the right idea. Just needed some more quality. Either side of the goalkeeper. Force him into action. When they hit that straight, well, that's bread and butter.
So a throw in for Naparima. Just about 65 minutes gone here. So 25 minutes left for Naparima to get back into this game. As Benedict's come forward again with it. It's Garcia. Plays it back towards, looks like Brown. Plays a long ball forward. It's kept in by Forbes. Eventually, it's played forward by, this is Bobcom, but he can't, he's looking, searching ball for Garcia, but it's picked up at the back. It's with Cooper, sends it upfield, gives it away really, towards Morris, and he's playing it forward, and Cooper now with a header. And it's going to be a free kick for Naparima.
Well, we spoke about tactical changes, Colin Murray, and I've seen one so far from St. Benedict's College where we see the goal scorer, Nicholas Bobcom, playing in a wide area, while Tariq Lee has seemed to be the man who's drifted more central. Love to hear Brent Sancho's thoughts on that.
Well, I think as this game has advanced, St. Benedict's College have been very rigid in their approach. They haven't really tried to move away. They've shifted around personnel, but not their tactical approach. What I'm looking at from Naparima is, are they going to start throwing more numbers forward? And I think that's the question. And of course, with that comes the probability of leaving themselves exposed at the back end. And I'm very sure Coach Travis Moraine is having that conversation in his mind as this game is going on.
But Brent, at some stage, they will have to do it.
They have to.
They'll have to send bodies forward. And if they create the space at the back and leave openings, well, so be it. But you're losing 1-0. You've got to get a result here. And the only way you can get a result is by starting to attack and put Benedict under pressure.
Yeah, you're correct.
Here's a ball in the box. It's headed away. As Naparima back in possession. Still, this is Bailey trying to get it across. It's sent through. Nobody read that play from Francis, and it's picked up by goalkeeper Devonish.
When you talk about sending numbers forward and of course having to do it as we see some sort of a movement on the Naparima bench, but I think they also have faith in their set plays as well. They've come close on a couple of occasions, at least getting their head on the ball. But it's all about, and we know this about football, ebbs and flow. And right now, Naparima has to be in the ascendancy if they are to start making those sorts of tactical changes. They've had periods of this game, particularly in this second half, where they had to defend. Now they're coming forward.
Well, they shot from distance, but that will be comfortably held by the keeper. 1-0. Benedict's leading here at the Hazley Crawford Stadium. Player is down. Let's see. See some changes on the... Now, it's going to be interesting, the type of changes as well they make, James, because they've got to get a couple more attacking players onto the field. Whether they go back to a 3-man defense and maybe have a defensive midfielder just in front of them, it's going to be a decision they'll have to make. But having said that, you've got Niles on the far side, is very quick. You've got Bobcom wide on the right, he's also very quick. And then you've got Tariq Lee coming through the middle. And I understand what Brent is saying, that you're going to expose yourself at the back if you go too much in an attacking phase. But in my view, they've got little choice.
What I'd like to see Coach Mulroney, who St. Benedict's College have been pretty decent in their pressing game in the second half. They've been compact in terms of that first press, but after that there's a lot of space to be exploited between the final line and the midfield. I'd like to see Coach Mulroney exploit that space a bit more. When they have done it unintentionally for some purposes, they have gotten some joy in, and if they can consistently attack that space there, perhaps they can cause some trouble, pull them out of shape.
Well, see the yep, so just another latest score here from this group. Fatima, they are leading St. Augustine by 4-0. So if this result was to stay as is, Naparima would be out of that big four of the semi-finals. This is a ball played looking wide, trying to get it towards that man up front in Garcia. Well, that's a tough challenge, but the referee says play on. This is Kalis. Plays a nice ball forward. Handball. And it's going to be a free kick for St. Benedict's. Seems that Omari Campbell has gone on for Naparima. And he's gone up front, so that's one change they've made, Brent. They've sent Omari Campbell up top. And this is the ball sent. Omari Campbell was chasing it, but it's picked up by Forbes. Comes off of Forbes, and it's going to be a throw for St. Benedict. So the ball goes towards Benedict's. Just looking to see. I think I see Dimas is still on. I'm trying to make out who Campbell has come on for. But here goes Benedict with Niles. Plays it nicely wide to Garcia. He's gone on the run, but Niles turns with it, turns into trouble really. And Naparima take back control. As this is Bailey. Getting in towards Dimas. He sends that ball long forward, looking for Campbell. As Benedict's come forward through Lee, but he can't control it. And in fact, the referee is taking out the card. Let's see, and he's giving the card to the number 10 player for Naparima, and that is Kane Francis.
Yeah, high boot there from Kanye. No malice in it really. Dangerous play spotted by Crystal Sobers, and I think she got that one right.
She got it right, but I just wonder if that's a red card. I'm looking at his studs. Of course, if we could get another look at it. And I've wondered his studs would have connected with the player. I agree with you, James, there's no malice in it. But I'm just looking at the force and of course where, of course it was, the foot was placed, as we have another look here. Yeah, look at the right foot there.
Yeah. Perhaps thinking maybe if it was a bit more force. Maybe.
Yeah, his leg was on the way down and not outstretched and straight, then maybe that's the difference in why it's a yellow or red. Because we've seen situations like that, of course, resulted in a red card.
So it's going to be a free kick for St. Benedict's. So there is the confirmation of that substitution. Jabari Forbes is off and Andres Franz is on. So Forbes off and Franz is on. So here goes Benedict. It's with Garcia. Has the shot just wide. Not a bad idea. Took it inside, got it on the left foot, had a crack, but it was just wide.
He's been busy all day, Garcia. Been asked to do more defensively, and he's done that. But certainly showing his offensive capabilities and cutting on the inside and shooting with the left.
So this is Naparima at the back. It's with Bailey. Going back to Cooper. They've got to be careful. Just coming up to the last 15 minutes of this game. Can St. Benedict's hold on for what would be a victory that would see them back to the top with Fatima, and means that Naparima, there's a chance. It's punched away by the keeper. As it's picked up here in the middle of the field with Brown. He goes wide. Brown gets the return ball. Plays a good one to Garcia. He's looking for the shot. And he gives it away. Ogaro. He's got Campbell ahead of him. Headed away. But here comes France. And that's a foul. No, says the referee. Well, I thought the foul was committed by Campbell, but she's given it the other way. Well. I thought
she's closer to the play than you are, Colin. So
I understand that, Brent, but I've got on my glasses. Well trained.
Maybe that's why.
There is the foul.
I didn't think it was a foul going the other way. I don't agree.
I really thought that. I would love to see that again.
Yeah, it looked like he used his body to impede, of course, it's a Benedict's player from collecting the ball.
Yeah, Brown to me was getting there. He used his body, and then both men went down in a heap. And referee Sober says, well, it's a free kick for Naparima. Tell you, if they were to score from this, they would feel a little bit aggrieved. So the free kick, we see Asha is there. So is Francis. Very well, maybe France, and Pascal is also there. Joining the fray is Bailey. So any one of four may take it. Well, very well be Francis. He's been the man taking most of their dead ball kicks.
Well, I'm looking at the deliberation here between the three players, and I would have to think they're going for goal. This is not...
Well, somebody didn't read the script right. But it's sent through. That's a wasted free kick. Really wasted. And you're right, Brent, they should have gone for goal. I would have thought they were in a good position to try to curl that over the wall and at least make the keeper save.
Well, those St. Benedict College young fans look quite happy.
Some of the old ones as well.
Yeah.
So, Grant coming on for Bobcom, Jaden Grant. I would expect Grant would go into the middle, and maybe Tariq Lee may take up this position wide on the right. So Grant on for Bobcom. It's going to be interesting. We saw that substitution made in one game, and Lee came to the right.
Yeah, against Malik.
Yeah, and he had it his own way.
Malik, sorry, Karpi Chima.
Yeah, against Caps.
Yeah.
So this is a long ball, but it's hit too deep and goes straight to the keeper.
A lot of St. Benedict's changes are more personnel, not tactical, from what we've seen from them. And I was just looking for some sort of reaction from Naps.
Well, it's Campbell. He plays a good ball. This could be a chance. Goes over the bar. Wasted, really. So there are some of the fans looking on. We've got a good crowd here. Really a very good crowd.
Very good crowd. Good entertainment within the stands, of course. Two teams having their rhythm sections. Going back to your point, Colin, of throwing numbers forward, it has to be, the time has to be now for Naparima College. You look at this game and you wonder, when are they going to start taking a gamble? Maybe this is it here. That's wasteful. That is wasteful.
And you know, you look at some of the shooting, not only in this game, Brent, but in other games that we've done. That, to me, is one of the disappointments. You know, the shooting in general in the secondary schools, the Tiger Tank Secondary Schools League, has not been all that great.
Yeah, I think the tactical aspect of the game, the technical aspect rather, has been lacking somewhat. see some passes that could have been flatter, better hit, the looping, some shots that should be downed.
Yeah, the control of the ball.
And I just think it's the lack of the period away from football. Some of these boys have been away from the game. Not much technical work going in, and I think it's showing up.
Well, here's the ball played through to Grant, the substitute, but the keeper did well. Timed coming out, and what a good time he came out there, because he got there just ahead of Jaden Grant, the man who has come on as a substitute, and the pass as well was pretty good.
Yeah, good pass, good movement from Grant. Good anticipation from the goalkeeper, sensing danger. But what about now?
Well, it's played out, and it's going to be a throw for Benedict. We're coming up to the last 10 minutes of this game, and Benedict, they still lead by 1-0. Well, it's going to be a free kick. Again, I thought that was a St. Benedict's free kick. Yes, it is. Tarek Lee is standing over it, but he's going to move and allow Keanu Morris to take it. You just have to think, if Benedict were to get another goal here, well, that would be the final nail in the coffin for Naparima. Here is the ball sent in field, goes to Niles. He's going to send it back, but headed away. This is Brown. Oh, he got for a goal, not a bad effort, but straight to the keeper.
Well, I spoke about some technical work missing. There's nothing wrong with that one. From distance, picked his mark. A bit disappointing though that he didn't find either side of the goalkeeper. Not a bad effort.
Here's Garcia. This is a good run from Garcia. Oh, he gets it away. Lee was just to his left. He tried to find Lee and just couldn't. This is a long ball play, looking for Campbell. Play downfield, and it's going to be a throw for Naparima. Francis chipping it forward. Not such a great header. Ogaro in a tussle. And eventually coming away with it is Lee. That's well done by Francis. But it's Niles. Lee making the run, going down that left side. Looks to cut inside, loses his footing. And the loose ball is picked back up by Niles. As Niles sends that nicely across. Not well controlled. Again, we talk about the technical aspect. Not well controlled by Garcia. So it's picked up wide here. Going forward with it is France. Ball played forward. Keeping it in well. But the cross ball comes. And eventually it's played out to Garcia. This is Lee getting it towards Garcia. Garcia looking to take on his man. Not very successful, and coming away with it. It looks to be Cooper. Plays it upfield, but gives it away to Morris. Morris in turn gives it away. And it's going to be a throw for St. Benedict. 7 minutes to go. And whatever added on time there is. So that is the Sportsmax app moment here. It's the goal by Nicholas Bobcom, how well he took it. The run from Tarek Lee, the finish by Nicholas Bobcom. What a finish. And that is the salute and the Sportsmax app moment here in this game between St. Benedict and Naparima.
And what a moment it was. Certainly individual brilliance from Tariq Lee created everything out of this one. It's not a game that coughed up many open chances, but Tariq Lee made that one all by himself. And how about Nicholas Bobcom for the finish?
Yeah, excellent bit of work by Lee and the finish by Bobcom. Certainly a very worthy Sportsmax app moment. So Benedict's looking to make another substitution. Seems to be Going onto the field is Critchlow, Keishon Critchlow, and we'll let you know who came off. It looks like, was it Niles? Seems to be Niles. Oh, Garcia. So it was Garcia. So Critchlow for Garcia. Garcia has done a lot of work, hasn't he?
He's certainly in position for man of the match as far as I'm concerned. I thought his industry and of course his cleverness, he's still on the field. It looks like this could be dangerous.
Could be a chance. It's hit it wide. Well. He's hit it wide. So Garcia is on the field still. So we made a little bit of an error in that substitution.
Yeah, I think
we know for sure Critchlow is on.
The confusion came because he was off the field.
Yeah.
He just went
I think
back
he was
on
getting
the field.
some treatment, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Well, there was a chance for Garu. Should have done better.
Now, why would you do that? Why would you try to play it out to the back with 5+ minutes to go? And of course, not being comfortable coming out of the back with it.
Well, this is Critchlow, the man who has come on as a substitute. Seems to have picked up a defensive midfield position. Or has he gone into a back five? Well, here's Bailey with the throw. Gets it to Campbell. The chip ball coming, but it's a little too far ahead of the player, and it's going to be a goal kick for St. Benedict.
Yeah, and I think that's where Naps would be very disappointed when they look back at this one. They just have not been able to create and of course give opportunities to the striking pair. It's been a lot of it set plays. It's been stop and start. It's been very disjointed in terms of their attacking approach. Not as fluid as you would want, particularly to break down this very stubborn St. Benedict's team who hasn't conceded a lot of goals throughout this season.
Well, here is Niles. We enter the last 3.5 minutes, and whatever added on time there will be. And if this result was to stay as is, Naparima would not qualify for the Big Four. And they have a corner, however. So it's still anybody's game. And if they can at least get a draw, they will have some hope. But at this moment in time, they look as if they're going to be out of the semi-finals.
Well, Fatima College is leading still by 4-0 against St. Augustine.
Yes, and that will take them, what, to 14 points?
Yeah.
The same as St. Benedict's. And it means that Naparima will have 10 points. Here is the corner. And still not able to get it over the line. Headed away by Garcia. Comes right back in and cleared downfield. That's Niles going past his man, and it's going to be a throw. Throw quickly taken. Benedict coming forward with it. Turning nicely with it. And the referee says to play on. So this is Niles. He gives it away to Francis. Plays that long ball forward. Out comes goalkeeper Devonish. Yeah, St. Benedict's will move to 16 points, with 1 game to play. Fatima will also move to 16 points with 1 game to play. And Naparima, they will stay on 12. So it's a situation where if they lose today, that's it.
Yeah, they're out of the Big Four. Of course, a beautiful bit of skill there. Not sure if we get another look at it. It could have been the Sportsmax app play part 2. As we take another look at this brilliant piece of skill here. Ole.
Ole.
Outstanding stuff there.
Young Jeremiah Niles, he's been one of the standouts for Benedict, hasn't he? But we're winding down here. We're into the final minute of this game. St. Benedict's, they are holding on 1-0. And if they were to win this, as we say, they'll go to 16 points. Fatima will also be on 16 points. And Naparima College, it means that the semi-finals will be between St. Benedict's and Fatima. And in the other group, Presentation and San Juan.
I think when you start the conversation of man of the match, guys, something that we're going to have to name, I'd like to throw the first punch, and I'd suggest Garcia. I think his work both offensively and defensively have been outstanding, but it's difficult to give him the man of the match when you've had one goal in a game and it's scored by that man Bob Cobb. So I leave it to you guys to continue.
I tell you what, I have liked the work rate of Tariq Lee and how he's run everywhere on this field. There is a chance for Naparima. Goalie does well, and he's fouled in the process, but it's an offside. Yeah, I like the work rate of Tariq Lee. He really made the goal, you know, and he's been a real, in my view, a menace to the Naparima defense. So I'm, even though Bob could score the goal, all credit had to go to Tariq Lee.
Does that make me the tiebreaker?
Of course.
Oh boy. Yeah, gotta agree with Colin. Tyreek Lee for me. And of course his magic involved individual play. Yes, I like Garcia. He's done good work.
Yes.
Difficult to overlook Tyreek Lee though.
You know, Garcia has done really a tremendous job. He's been all over the midfield. But just, you know, to me, you know, the moment of the game was, and we did say the Sportsmax app moment, that Bob comes scored the goal, but it was made by Tariq Lee, and he's been really all over the field. He's carried this in Benedict's team.
Certainly offensively, he's been his trickery, his pace, his work rate. And you're right, the goal was made by him, although it still had a lot to be done.
Oh yeah, agreed.
And Bobcom certainly did that.
There's Tariq Lee again. Look at him, he's just shielding the ball now. The shot from Brown goes over the bar. So, 2.5 minutes to go. Guys, who is the man of the match?
Tariq Lee.
Tariq Lee.
Well, you've already convinced us, Colin.
That's all I can try to do, but you two guys are very hard to convince of anything, you know. But here goes a long ball again, and Devonish is going to take his time.
Well, looking back at this game, and of course assuming that it stays at 1-0, we did say it would have been a tight affair, and I think Naparima would be disappointed that they did not put more into it. They did not give more from an offensive point of view, and certainly they didn't threaten enough once they went one down.
Yeah, I thought they would have changed a lot tactically, but they've not really. They've sent on a substitute late, going up front and that type of thing. But really and truly, I thought from the beginning of the second half, they would have tried to put St. Benedict's under pressure. This is Garcia getting it to Brown. Critchlow, the man who came on as a substitute. Back to Brown. He's also done quite a lot in that midfield for Benedict's, Brown.
I've enjoyed his performance, Brown.
Here goes Presentation. Sorry, Naparima. And Francis couldn't keep it. Goes out for a goal kick.
And again, you look at it, you're seeing 3 blue shirts in your screen against at least 6 green shirts. And as much as we keep going over and lamenting on the fact they just haven't put or thrown enough numbers forward, and I guess at the end of the day, as we see Garcia is exchanged by Malachi Webb, at the end of the day, I think Coach Travis Moraine would have been concerned about leaving the back door open, although of course he's 1-0 down.
Well, you know, I would have looked at it differently. I would have gone out, yes, have some caution at the back, but you needed to win the game, you know, and anything else was wrong. This is Tariq Lee sending that ball forward. He's looking for the return ball. Cleared up field. We've got about 30 seconds left of added on time. As Niles, he's another one. Very, very quick. Send that ball forward, looking to get it towards Lee. But long ball again to Campbell. The heads go up. This is Campbell. Away comes This is the man who's gone on as a substitute. The shot coming, but well blocked off. Sent upfield. Well, we're playing over the 4 minutes of added on time. And the whistle should come any time now. As it's played out to Niles. Oh, he does well again. Oh, Niles goes down. And the referee blows the whistle. St. Benedict's College, they have gone through to the semi-finals with Fatima in this very interesting Group A. It means the defending champions are out. Naparima College, they have been defeated by 1-0 by St. Benedict's, and it means St. Benedict's go through at the moment together with Fatima, and just like in the other group, in Group B, we are not sure who is the winner, who's going to be the runner-up. Because of goal difference, both teams are now level on points in Benedict's Fatima, as is James with Sawo and Presentation. They are also level on same number of points. So even that game is going to come down to goal difference, or who knows, if it doesn't draw, whoever wins that game will go through. But if it's a drawn game, then it will come down to goal difference. But it certainly looks like goal difference here between Benedict and Fatima to see who finishes at the top and who finishes as run-up.
Yeah, the sights and songs right here at the Hazley Crawford Stadium. It paints the entire picture, tells you exactly who's won this competition, and it's the Laramie Lions who feel that they've come back to their best that we've seen of them. That man in your picture, Nicholas Bobcom, responsible for the goal that separates the teams. The 2019 champions, Naparima College, they've been decent this season, but when it has come down to it, they've gone down against the two teams who have jumped above them, Fatima College and today St. Benedict's College. And that scoreline, well-deserved, 1-0 St. Benedict's College.
Oh, no doubt about it. A well-deserved scoreline by 1-0. And really and truly, Naparima will go away from this game. And they may very well say, James, did they do enough?
Yeah, you've got to ask that. Of course, you're going to ask that in hindsight. But we've got to give credit as well to St. Benedict's College. They were quite solid defensively. They've been well set up by their coach Randolph Boyce, who's done a phenomenal job with this bunch. Haven't lost a game this season. And I did mention at the start of the game that this was going to come down to who defended better. Both teams have scored goals. 29 to St. Benedict's College, 27 to Naparima College. They've only both conceded 2 goals. And it was just one bit of individual magic that made the difference.
Well, here is some highlights here, and the early shot going wide, and St. Benedict's taking the early initiative. Niles there trying to get the header, and then the shot from Garcia, well held by Kadim, and this was Naparima getting their chance. Ball headed back into the 6-yard area, and couldn't be controlled by Asher, the skipper, and in the end it was well saved by the St. Benedict's custodian. And then Naparima again trying to come forward. Francis falling over, trying to get that shot on target, and it went just over the bar. But here is the moment as Tarek Lee sends it through to Bobcom, and Bobcom still had a lot to do, but he was able to push it into the back of the net, and 1-0. St. Benedict's led there in that first half, and the salute coming from Nicholas Bobcom indicating that he put the ball into the back of the net. And here he goes again. This is the start of the second half. Having the shot, was going just wide, but goalkeeper Kadim still had to go down. Then this was Niles having the shot and straight to the keeper. So St. Benedict's really was taking the game to Naparima. Garcia, he also had got into the act, had the shot wide, and goalkeeper Kadim was, but this was a good chance for Garu. Went for the more difficult choice, went towards the far post and went outside. Brown then having a shot, going over the bar, and that was all she wrote. St. Benedict's College winning here by 1-0. The goal scored by Nicholas Bobcom, made by Tarek Lee. Let's have a look at the highlights at the stats, James.
Yeah, when we look at the numbers, pretty even on the day. In fact, in Naparima College getting the better of shots, although St. Benedict's College did have 2 shots more on target than they did. Everything else pretty even in the match. It tells the story of just how close this match was, and it was just one individual moment of brilliance. The difference in quality between these teams that sees St. Benedict's College walk away deservedly as 1-0 winners.
No doubt about it. And let's see, there's a lot of people at the moment on the field of play. The players, some spectators have gone on to congratulate the players.
Toss to Siobhan.
Siobhan is somewhere in the crowd and she's got the man of the match with her.
That's right, the energy right now is crazy at the Hazley Crawford Stadium. I am here with Tarek Lee, who is the man of the match in today's feature game, St. Benedict's versus Naparima College. So hold on to this. This is yours. Congratulations to you. Listen, 1-0. That means St. Benedict's, you guys move on against Fatima into the semi-final stage. How are you feeling right now, Tarek?
It's very exciting to move on. We're going for the win against Fatima.
Because you would have won the man of the match today for your overall play and of assistance in the goal from Bobcom. So right now, well, how are you and your team going to be motivated to continue onwards as you go towards playing against Fatima?
Well, we will just enjoy it and execute what the coach tells us to do.
Is there anyone in particular you want to dedicate your trophy to today?
Well, I'll dedicate this one to my mother.
Congratulations again to you and your team, Tarek Lee. Right now, I'm throwing it over to Hans, who is with our coaches right now.
Joined by coach of Naparima College. Just one goal made the difference today. Where exactly do you think the young men fell short?
Well, I think we lacked that one bit of quality that St. Benedict's found today, and that was the difference. You know, I think they settled into the game a bit better than us. You know, I think they won the first half hands down. Second half, we gave it more of a fight. But as I said, that one bit of quality was lacking today.
Coach, what is the team's focus moving forward?
Well, of course, we have to refocus and start looking at the Intercol title. You know, next game, I want to give some of the guys that have been training all preseason a little bit of a run out, you know, to reward them for their sacrifice. And of course, we'll be looking forward to come and win the Intercol title.
All right, thank you very much, Coach. All the best, and all the best as we look forward to Intercol is going to start. Well, we're going to get into it very soon, but not right now. Joined by Coach Boyce of St. Benedict's College. Listen, do you think the team has what it takes now that you're sure you're going to move forward to the Big Four to go up against the Sawa North, the Presentation College, and of course, well, Fatima College once again?
Yeah, we definitely have what it takes, but we have to maintain discipline. We have to be grounded. We have a lot of work to do. These are teams that prepare very good everywhere. We're trying to break the trend and set something different and bring back to the joy of the people at St. Benedict's as you see here today.
Who do you dedicate this win to today?
The fans and the principal of the school. Yeah? And the players deserve it too as well.
All right, well, thank you very much, Coach. All the best moving forward. We get ready for our next matchup, our next game day. St. Anthony's College go up against Fatima College at St. Anthony's College ground, and we bring the action to you. My name is Hans Devines. This is where we close off at the Hazley Crawford today. Final score today, St. Benedict's 1, Naparima College unable to find the back of the net. This is where we wrap it up for today, the Tiger Tank Secondary Schools Football League Premiership Division. We leave you with some images of today.